Hey folks, it's me, Kevin Tank, and I'm over here. I have a gun to my head from Eddie, and he is really concerned that you haven't subscribed to the podcast yet on YouTube. And also, we do have I know we have a Patreon. Yeah. So go over there, please. And now let's get into the show. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Apocalypse Soon, the only podcast recorded outside with sweet little puppy dogs and old men looking at them. And here he is. He's one of the oldest and he's one of the wisest. Make it loud for the one and only Eddie Peppatone.
Hey everybody, welcome to Apocalypse Soon, the podcast with no upside. And today, it's a special day, Kev. We have my touring partner, one of my best friends in the world, JT Habersaat, is coming out with a book called Doing Time. And it's all these incredible interviews with great comedians. I'm one of them. And welcome, JT.
Thanks, man. Thanks, guys.
Your book, this is exciting.
It is exciting. We just got them, the first packages delivered yesterday. So, yeah, it'll be out in stores nationwide in July.
In July.
In July. You wrote the foreword. Thank you for that.
I wrote the foreword,
Under
everybody.
duress.
I remember you said you have 5 months to write this
many
forward.
threats, and you were good about it though. You kept every time I'd see you, you'd be like, "I still need to write that forward," and I'm like, "Yep."
That's
right. And then you did.
I finally
so thank
did.
you for that.
Yeah. If I give my word, it'll be done within 5 months. Mm-hmm. How have you been, Kevin?
Oh, dude, I've been doing great, man. I had a good set last night at the store.
At the store?
Yeah. Worked another patio shift. I'm just out there living, learning, laughing, loving, making bath mats that have encouraging statements on them and, giving thumbs up to men on the street. And life's been pretty good. I hung out with my little pupper today for a lot of today.
And we have
new pup?
Lil Pup. She's a little Chihuahua.
So you've had a while or new?
Oh yeah. Well, I inherited her. So my mom got her when she was old, and then I inherited her from my mother. And we've had her for another 6 years at this point.
Oh wow. Okay.
And so we don't really know how old she is, but she's still holding on tight.
Have you tried asking her?
Yeah. You know what? It's her business. You never ask a lady her age.
Fair.
You never ask a lady
count her rings.
That goes for any species.
That's right.
Human, dog, insect, or what we call modus operandi in Latin.
Modus up. I don't know if that's right.
I don't think it is.
M.O.
So, JT, tell us about the book.
The book. It is arguably the first oral history of contemporary stand-up comedy. So I spent...
It's pretty good. Talk about some of the people you had in it.
So I spent a year interviewing comics for it. People like Brian Posehn and Maria Bamford and Dana Gould and Bobcat Goldthwait and Todd Glass.
All the cool kids.
All the cool kids. Jackie Cation, Carmen Morales, Henry Phillips, who we're going to be hopefully hanging with later today. So there's about 50
Don't give
plus
away our
comedians.
plans. Don't give away our plans.
When will this air? Let me give coordinates to where
it's
we'll be.
airing as we speak.
As we speak, it's live.
It's being streamed to the military bases around the world, wherever our boys are.
So it's essentially
Remember, boys.
it's an oral history. So that not a whole lot of history though. It's basically comedians talking in their own words about the job of comedy. So it's like an inside reveal on what it actually means to do this job in the own words of people. I think you would love this,
Kev.
Anybody who likes stand-up and is intrigued by it, I think will get something out of it.
I mean, if you're interested in stand-up, I read a couple of the interviews and they were good.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, that's good because I like. I haven't heard a lot of. I mean, I've read a lot of those individual books from the individual guys,
Right.
But all the books that have been compilations have usually been like something like Sam Tallent's, where it is
Sam's
fictional or.
This is not fiction. This is about 80 hours of interviews.
Amazing.
Broken down into pull quotes and then ordered like a mixtape throughout the entire 155,000 words.
That's amazing.
It was a long project, man. It took like 2.5 years to complete.
That is awesome, man. Dude, congrats.
Thanks. So yeah, out on Jawbone Press. DoingTimeComedy.com has all the links to order it and stuff, and literally just opened the first box of books yesterday here.
Did that feel good?
It felt very surreal.
Why surreal and not real?
Because well, I'm a big David Lynch guy. No, very surreal because after all that work to actually hold a tangible thing in your hands feels unreal. It doesn't feel like I kept waiting for the book to catch fire in my hands or something to go wrong. I was not expecting them to get here on time like they were supposed to.
Yeah.
Because they had to ship them from London, the publisher's in England. And so, yeah, I don't know. It feels good. It just hasn't really sunk in yet that it's like here. And
It's
That's
here.
great,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
And I wish you great success with the book.
Thank you.
I really do.
Thanks, man.
And I can't wait. I can't wait to see the reception. It should be good. So in July, it's coming to stores.
Yeah, July 8th, it'll be out everywhere.
And
but
me
you
and
can
you are
pre-order
going to
it.
start touring
I know. It feels like
Let's
it's been
talk about
forever.
the-
Let's talk about it.
the tour again that we're going to do.
Well, we did those Cali dates, which were our first dates in almost a year together.
Petaluma.
Uh-huh.
And what was the other one?
South of Oakland. What was that weird?
It was great.
It was great, but a city, I forget the name of the city, just south of Oakland in a tattoo shop.
Oh, right.
I don't know.
The
You're looking at
tattoo
me.
We
like
started
that.
in Petaluma, I think, right? Wasn't that the first place
Kevin
we did?
No, Kevin went. What?
Wasn't Petaluma the first place we did?
Yeah,
That's a little
Yeah,
northern.
you're right. And then we went to the tattoo shop.
It was like
In-
20 miles south of Oakland. I forget the name of the city.
Oh.
But it was very cool. It was a very fun run of shows.
And the tattoo guys were the best.
They were awesome. Shout out
They
to
were
Blag.
the best.
Blag from the Dwarves showing
I got
up.
just a small PBS logo put up on my shoulder blade.
They're going
I
to make
love
you have that lasered off soon.
Kev, what tattoo? You don't have any tattoos.
No,
either.
no tattoos.
What tattoo would you get if you could get a tattoo?
Oh,
Free.
A free tattoo.
Yeah.
If I could get one. Man, I don't. This is why I don't have one because I have a hard time
All
discussing.
right. Well, you let
But
that sit. Let that sit, and we could talk about it later.
I probably get a picture of, you on my back. That'd be pretty sick. Just like shoulder to shoulder.
Me?
Yeah.
Just
Me
of
on your back.
yeah. Just if you're like a headshot, a
I-
recent one.
I have
too.
one like that of Lorne Michaels.
Yeah.
Just like, kissing, just blowing a kiss. It's yeah.
It would be-
Doing Time by J.T. Habersaat, comedians. Hello, I'm Charles Nabisco.
Charles the Charles Maher.
I'm Charles Nabisco. And I was wondering, any of you ever do heroin and then get lucky with a nice piece of ass? Well, we got a cookie for that called Do Heroin, Got Lucky with a Nice Piece of Ass, and our scouts, well, prisoners. Please don't use your ring camera.
Scouts.
Look for the box with a heroin needle on it.
Remember, it's Doing Time. Comedians Talk Stand Up by J.T. Habersaat. So when can people pre-order this now?
Yeah, so if you go to doingtimecomedy.com, you can pre-order it right now, or jawbonepress.com, I think has a pre-order. And they'll ship it to you. If you go to the doingtimecomedy.com website, you can get a signed copy from me directly, and it'll be in stores nationwide. July 8th of the year of our Lord this year. July 8th,
that
everywhere in
sounds so
stores.
great. Well, Kev, were you in the middle of saying something when I... No,
I don't think
what I
so.
wanted to say, Jay, is so we're going... Can you name
Right.
some of the cities we're going to?
I
And me
can.
and Kevin, by the way, one thing me and Kevin want to talk about is how well our, Apocalypse
Oh.
Soon / stand-up show.
That looks so
yes.
great. I was cheering you guys on from afar, and the photos in the video I saw look great.
I am very excited. The smoke machine was a big success.
They let you bring a smoke machine in there?
Oh yeah, I put. I guess I called it a fog machine or whatever.
Yeah, that's the way to.
But,
yeah.
And it wasn't too bad. At one
Yeah.
point, I couldn't get it to turn off, which was kind of a comical moment because Eddie was just getting absolutely doused with.
But I loved it
Yes.
because to me it was funnier when there was heavy fog.
Yes.
you know?
Everything's always funnier in the fog.
Yeah.
That's why Monty
Yeah.
Python did so well.
Well,
Yeah.
also,
The Moors.
yes.
also, if it looks out of control, it's very funny.
I agree.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm glad it went so well. Do you guys had guests on that as well, or was it just you two mainly?
Well, we had one guest, and then my buddy Bruce. Oh gosh, darn it,
Bruce Gray.
Bruce Gray did a set, and Oh gosh, I feel bad. Who else?
Sharon Mahoney.
Sharon Mahoney. Thank you.
Bruce Gray
did
and
a
Sharon
set,
Mahoney.
and yeah, Bruce was hammered.
Was he?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, he goes because he told you when you were like, "Hey, you want to do a set?" And he's like, "Well, he started going into a story about all the places he'd been drinking that day."
Oh, so
And
he was
then-
unaware.
And then I'm
until
like,
that-
"Are you
okay.
good, man? Or you want to do it?" He's like, "Yeah, I'll do it." And yeah, but he had a blast.
Cool.
He had a fun set.
Nice.
But yeah, it was great, man. Everybody seemed to really enjoy it, and yeah, hopefully we have another one coming up soon. Get a
That
date
rules.
out there.
I've never been in the lab, the room there. I've
It's,
only been to the main room, the Hollywood Improv. Is it cool?
It is. It can be cool. Yeah,
It's kind of black boxy.
Well, there's a bar in there.
Oh, okay.
So it can be a nightmare.
Sure.
But it you can have some good luck in there. But if you, man, that room can really make you feel like shit, though.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Okay.
it can be difficult.
But it went well.
Yeah, it went great.
Awesome.
It went fantastic.
Well, we've got June. We're going to be at the Denver Comedy Underground.
Right.
The first week, the June 7th weekend, whatever weekend that is, for 4 shows, Friday, Saturday. And then later in June, we're going to be in Pittsburgh and Cincinnati adjacent. I forget the town, but it's pretty much 20 minutes from Cincinnati. And now we're talking about some other shows, maybe adding those. And then August, we got a bunch of East Coast dates, D.C. and Catskill, New York, and
I love
Raleigh,
that.
North
Oh, hell
Carolina, and Atlanta.
North
Atlanta.
Carolina, Atlanta.
Where we voted Atlanta a show for about 3 years, I think. We were supposed to go to Atlanta, and then
Something always happens.
COVID.
Ah.
Yeah, but COVID has kind of calmed down now.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah.
no,
Well, I don't know
we were
about
headed
that.
to Atlanta, and you caught COVID, and we had a shelter in place in Greensboro for a week.
Thank God for your friend Kurt.
Thank
Shout
you,
out-
Kurt.
Shout out to Kurt.
Kurt is the
I was
man.
in his basement getting fed incredible food, and I was like, this COVID thing ain't too bad.
You ate so much ice cream. We were there for 6 days or something. Like
Oh,
we
that's
really,
great.
yeah.
It was the best damn ice cream.
It was pretty good. You just went out and looked at the lake. There was like
Yeah.
a lake in his backyard. It was good. It was serene. It was like Fredo in The Godfather.
So, yeah, I'm looking forward to, we'll see what the summer brings. I mean, with
Yeah.
all the crazy political shit, the Fura.
What do you mean?
The Fura raging.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, you know what's wild about Trump is that he is obviously wants to be someone who is like a fucking dictator.
No
and-
like
and-
about it.
Yeah. So he has to be stopped immediately.
And yet,
And the
ain't nobody
Fuhrer-
doing shit.
He's 100 days into his second
people are
term.
protesting. It's 100 days, right?
Yeah.
Lots of people are protesting. We got to go after him, We got to go after him big time. We got to go after him.
I would like to track down all of the social studies teachers I had in high school when I learned about checks and balances and how the government's supposed to work, and just find them now and be like, so what the fuck?
Well,
It's all based upon presumptive
that's
norms.
all the very nice.
Cool.
That's all the very nice, propaganda. We live in a democracy, but however, everybody, the congressmen, the legislatures, senators, they've all been bought and paid for by corporate lobbyists. So we live in a kleptocracy. It's called,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm incredibly hard right now. Could you keep going?
Could you?
You had me at kleptocracy.
Yes, I mean, to me, it's kind of par for the course. I don't really see Trump as being unique in that, in the fact that
You're wrong.
every politician's been bought and paid for.
You're wrong. It's now reached a level where this clown, this ass clown, which is what he is.
Mm-hmm.
He's a fucking ass clown, Trump. He is, trying to, pull this authoritarian shit, with the help of Elon and his boys, collecting data, pointing the finger at immigrants who do nothing but do all the fucking work Americans don't want to do.
Did you see the ad that popped up on social media for, I think it was blueberry pickers?
For what?
Blueberry pickers for $11 an hour. make your own hours because they need them 24/7.
Yeah.
And they got dragged in the comment. It like went viral. It was like this, guess what we need? People to work for
Really?
$11 an hour to toil in the fields. Make your own hours. That was the key because,
Good God.
anytime you can do it, we need you. Hilarious. Hilarious. Yeah.
How long have you been involved with blueberry pickers?
As a hobbyist, I've been doing it arguably since I was 7. Full time.
Which is amazing to get into blueberries that young because that purple stain
Yeah.
on your fingers and teeth,
Yes.
you could be the subject of bullying going to school with purple all over.
Sir,
you.
Blueberry
Purple
Boy.
fingers over here.
The names, yes, Grimace Jr. The names are just endless.
Hello, I'm Al Stevens. Mm-hmm. Have you had purple fingers since the age of 7 and you're looking to get them clean again?
Although I had a side project at a distillery when I was in 7th grade, and I made blueberry wine.
Ooh.
Which they actually did a song about that.
Blueberry wine.
Yeah, see, that's exactly
Here
it.
it is, folks. Here it is, doing time. Comedians talk stand-up. JT Habersaat. I did the forward.
You did. Thank you very much for that. It was very
We
nice.
are actually submitting this podcast to Good Morning America.
Oh, good.
Eddie's,
Morning,
Eddie's
America.
trying to.
Good morning,
there's gonna be
America.
some openings.
That Trump stuff should have a lot of legs then.
Oh yeah.
Good morning, America. Look, I'm not
Wilford Brimley. What?
America, I'm not going to lie. I was out drinking, and I'm supposed to do this PSA now.
That's a hungover guy voice?
All right, here we go. Don't let your children drink too much.
It gives you emphysema. And you start to sundown, apparently.
Don't let your children drink too much.
Make them read instead.
Tell your kids to get doing time. Comedians talk.
Get high on literacy, kids.
Doing time. Comedians talk stand-up by JT Habersaat.
Yes.
The more you
Oh,
know.
God, I wish I didn't go out last night.
And yet, you knew you had responsibilities at 4 in the afternoon. Come
I
on,
know,
man.
I wish I didn't go out. Help me, God. Help me, God.
I don't know if that's how it works.
Help me, God,
Maybe
please.
it does.
So JT, did
Yeah.
you interview yourself in this at all?
No, that was a key thing I really wanted to keep out of it.
Yeah.
Which
Your
I talk about in the
personal
author's note in the beginning too, a little bit of. I wanted to. I mean, the upside of being a stand-up is I kind of knew what I wanted to have in the book, which
Yeah.
people who aren't a comic may not know. Certain topics I wanted to hit upon, and then also access, because I know most of the people in the book personally, so it was easy to say, "Hey, would you mind if I interviewed you for this thing?" Mm-hmm. But I tried to approach it as more of like a archivist that kept me completely out of it. So you won't see me quoted anywhere in the book.
Right.
I really tried to keep myself out of it because the thing that I hate about a lot of biographies is when the author inserts themselves and the book is about their opinion on Dylan or something. I'm like, I don't care what you think about it. Tell me about the time Dylan got into the fist fight. Like I want to hear the juice. I want to hear the real things from the mouths of the people who were
Yeah.
there. And so this entire book, there's no editorializing aside from I call it like a curation, not to sound all hoity-toity,
What's
but it's like a mixtape. It was basically like figuring out which goes where to tell a narrative for up to close to 400 pages, where hopefully you don't get bored and it retains the continuity without being blatant of like, I didn't want it as a chapter book either.
Yeah.
Some of the publishers I first talked to wanted me to kind of dumb it down and be like, have a chapter where everybody's talking about hecklers. And I'm like, I don't want that.
Right.
I want people to read the whole book and not just skip to these 20 pages.
Yeah.
So the layout of the book is very intentional. But yeah, I really tried to ask questions that as a stand-up myself, I thought people might want to know, but weren't necessarily some that would pop to the top of their heads.
Yeah.
And then also keep myself very much out of it, because it could be real easy for me to slip in and be like, so I also think, or to editorialize, and I didn't
Yeah.
want any of that. So
Right.
it's very like from a reporter kind of standpoint is how I tried to approach it.
Yeah. Was there any good juicy stuff?
Oh, there's good juicy stuff, but there's also, it's funny too, because most of the interviews were done 2 years ago, and so I've just been working on the writing part of it. So
Yeah.
a lot of people are like, I vaguely remember you talking about this. You actually wrote a book because so many people are like, do this thing for my project, and then it never comes to light. Like, how many people do you know like that, right? And so now I'm like, here's the book, and they're like, oh shit, what did I say? Because I don't remember things I say in interviews either.
Yeah.
But no, there's really good road stories and stuff like that in there.
Yeah.
There's no like inner comic drama. There's no fights. There's no stuff that's going to make
No,
people
but it's
go,
really nitty gritty.
yeah. It's uncensored and very
about
warts and all.
doing stand up and really good too. And
There's a lot of
funny
reveal.
because the people interviewed are just very funny.
Yeah, there's a lot of reveal. I was very impressed that people trusted me to reveal a lot of stuff about childhood experiences, either growing up in alcoholic households or just what formative years stuff. I mean, even you talked about going to college and like freaking out at college because of the pressures of that, because you knew you wanted to be a creative, and I think you're going to school for dentistry or something.
Yeah.
And so, there's a lot of.
I was going to be a dentist.
He was going to be a dentist.
I did not.
Yeah.
Dr. Peppatone. Wow. You got a bad molar. You got bad teeth. Well, let me tell you something. I will be here for you.
King of the laughing gas, they called him.
I didn't want to do that. But
Right.
How
did.
far
So-
into college did you get?
How far into college?
Yeah.
He got to the bib. I think he got to the
the
bib.
very end, 3.5 years, and then with like a half year to go, I just said,
But not of dental college.
No.
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 That shit I got rid of
Okay.
and went into acting and playwriting. And,
Yeah.
I stayed true to myself,
Yeah.
So there's a lot of juice in that regard, like kind of revealing stuff, but there's not any drama fights. There's not any TMZ
No.
shit.
What I meant is, was there any juice that you weren't able to? Was there anything where somebody was like, "Hey, don't put that"?
Oh, there's off the record stuff that didn't go in there. No, I'm not looking to cause anybody drama. I don't want to cause anybody to feel like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. But there's lots of road stories that are pretty true and wild.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of, hairy situations. I was hanging with Carmen Morales this morning, and she talks about doing a job at a truck stop, and her opener was a lot lizard, like just a woman of the night that frequents truck stops, and just a lot of insane stories like that. Just kind of precarious moments.
Oh, that's
A lot of people talking about working at the Comedy Store for the first time and just impressions of that. So there's definitely a lot to hold interest. It's not just it's definitely not a how-to book. It's not this is how you get your first 5.
There is no how-to book.
There is no
on
how-to.
stand-up.
That's true too.
yeah.
And there shouldn't be, because it's
No.
not. You can learn technique, but I don't think you can learn funny.
Yeah.
What do you think on that? I mean, you're a sensei,
I'm what?
a sensei, a Jedi. You either have funny or you don't, right? You can hone it. What do you
Yeah.
think?
Well, what you have to do is you have to realize what releases your sense of humor the best. Is it storytelling?
Mm-hmm.
Is it one-liners? Is it character?
Right.
But, the thing that makes a good stand-up is a combination of writing but the bigger thing, I think, and just kind of being a person who really understands what they're going through in life and is able to bring that out in their comedy.
Yeah.
Like they have this stage as a way to heal themselves and others
Yeah.
by getting into their, hello, doggy, you're on the doggy cam.
Oh, hello.
Hello, guys. Oh, look at these guys. They're big.
Good
Oh, man,
pupper.
One
that's
big,
like-
one small.
That's like
Yeah.
a Disney after school.
like Laurel.
a Disney adventure.
Laurel and Hardy.
Yeah, they were just off the camera, unfortunately.
So anyway,
But that's all based on instinct, right? You need comedic instincts to be able to discern that stuff and be like, this is what I need to talk about. Because if you don't have that,
look, for me, humor is a deeply embedded response to fear.
okay.
Yeah. Not getting hit.
No, that's why humor is healing, because it is like an antigen, an antibody that attacks fear.
Well, as a
Humor is
firm anti-vaxxer,
See, what you're doing now is promoting fear.
No, I'm promoting cod liver oil.
JT Habersaat's
And a
Doing
book.
Time.
And a brand new book.
Comedians Talk Stand-Up.
You're doing a great job with this promoting.
No, I appreciate it,
I
man.
have
You
not,
are.
JT, I'll say this. We've had a lot of people on here
Yeah.
to promote stuff, and I have not seen this level of promotion from Eddie.
Well,
for any of them.
I'm very dialed in.
we're a very well-oiled machine when we get going. The two of us are very,
It's pretty nice.
very pistony. So,
If you want more analogies like that, check out Doing Stand-Up.
doingtimecomedy.com.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Doing Time.
Doing stand-up. You see, that's why we don't have Tinkin out front.
I keep it on the side.
What minute mark are we at, Tinky?
We're like at 25 or something. like
Okay,
that,
we got
yeah.
20 to go.
Yeah, you do like 45s usually?
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, 45 is the number that we like to hit at least. You
So
know,
when...
give people some entertainment.
Sure.
Give, you
Ah,
know,
puppy dog.
Hello.
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 So when you guys were doing your show at the Improv, I know you did like sketch and stand up and stuff. Did you get together and rehearse
Did we
sketch,
do
or
what?
did you get together to write sketch specifically for that, or just kind of
No, we just did some bits that we've done on the podcast.
The guided
that
meditation and stuff?
Yeah, improvised
Guided
stuff.
meditation, driving in the rain, praying for celebrities went over big.
Yeah. it
what's
was
that?
great.
I don't know that one. Praying for celebrities.
It's this. Let's do one.
Yeah,
Okay.
why not? And now, praying for celebrities. Okay, son, the moon's getting high in the sky.
Oh, I'm feeling tired, Dad.
I know.
Ah!
All right, buddy, let me get you tucked in there, nice and tight.
Why do people say my yawn sounds like an owl screaming, Dad?
All right. What people are you talking to, son?
Anyway, Dad, I'm tired, but I want to pray for some celebrities, okay?
All right, let's go right ahead.
God, if you're looking down on me, please pray for P. Diddy. God, please help P. Diddy. Because he's been in the slammer now for a couple of months, and I think what's going to happen is that he's not going to be feeling good. So please pray for him, and also pray for Elon Musk. I mean, is there any... God, please pray for Elon Musk. I mean, is there any reason that the Tesla it should be going down? He didn't do nothing.
That's
He's just
right.
trying to cut efficiency, God.
That's right, Lord.
And also, God, I want to pray for Beyonce, whose last tour was supposed to bring in $10 billion and only brought in $8. And she had some expensive costumes.
She's fallen out of favor a little bit, Lord.
That's right. Dad,
Yes, son?
tomorrow may I eat?
Well, if you say a real good last prayer for one last celebrity, then
And God,
we'll talk about getting you some
God,
food.
can you look down on the minor celebrities like Loggins and Messina? I've never really asked you, God, to look down on more
Loggins and Messina.
Kenny Loggins?
moderate celebrities.
Yacht rock celebrity.
God, please look down on Kenny Loggins and I don't know the other guy's name, Messina. I don't know his first name. Daryl?
Sure. Lord knows all, son. Don't worry about it. He knows who you're talking about.
Thank you, Dad. You always make me feel better.
That's
Except
right.
when you imprison me
All right.
in this house.
All right, okay, let's keep focused on the prayer, son, all right? You all done?
I'm tired.
All right, well, don't forget to say amen at the end of the prayer.
Amen.
And thanks for joining us on another Praying for Celebrities.
So that's praying for
I
celebrities.
get it. I like it. Can I eat tomorrow?
Yeah.
Not can I eat candy? Can I eat?
The storyline is that the storyline that gets threaded through that is the kid, his father's abducted him.
Yeah, he seems under duress.
and his father
seems-
is a complete lunatic.
Yes. It's so funny because I'm like, let's do this bit where a little kid prays for celebrities, and then
It's very funny.
and then the bit turns into, Dad, why are you holding me against my will? And I'm like, wait, we're doing praying for celebrities.
It's great.
It's
Very funny.
fantastic. And it's evolved over the years.
You can see why I did well.
Yeah.
Yeah, did well. And Ode to Pepitone. Let's do one of those right
Oh, those
now.
are fun. I saw you guys do that in New York.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So if you wanna chime in,
Yeah. Whisper in like it's a real sexy commercial.
Remember,
Yes.
doing time.
Doing time.
By
Comedians.
T. Habersaat.
Talk
Comedians
stand-up.
Talk stand-up. And now let's do an ode to Peppatone.
Are you looking for a perfume that smells like nothing you have ever smelled before? And now, the Pepitone.
There is one common denominator between us all.
Math.
We all like to do the upside down monkey. We all like to sniff each other's genitals. And if there's one perfume that'll make you want to sniff someone's genitals, it's called eau de Peppatone.
Zoo-like behavior.
The eau de Peppatone is a very dense liquid that has a lavender flavor and a pine scent that can not only make you feel like you are young again, but it also can make you feel like you are aging quickly toward
Dense forests.
forests and French toast. Have you ever combined forests and French toast?
Log jam.
You ever combine forest and French toast and then you realize you left your money on top of a pinball machine in Baltimore and you're outside of Baltimore now and you got to get back on that fucking highway
#tilt.
and you're hoping nobody has noticed your wad of bills on top of the pinball. Well, we have here at Nabisco. It's called lost money during a pinball bender.
Bill
Our scouts are desperately out there. Well, they're not scouts, they're prisoners. Anyway,
Scouts.
have you ever had a perfume that makes you want to join the Chickasaw Indians? Eau de Peppatone.
Casinos.
Eau de Peppatone is like a tight black t-shirt.
Oh, God.
If that tight black t-shirt were soaked in gasoline and lit on fire and then pooped on.
I'm so glad you said t-shirt.
Smoking.
Eau de Peppatone is sold in canisters now. Canisters that have a day glow sticker on them and warning you that too much of eau de Peppatone will make you sniff a genitals until you collapse and have to go to Mercer room in Soviet Union.
The accent's slipping.
Soviet Union. Eau de Peppatone is perhaps to Moscow what St. Petersburg is to Budapest. Eau de Peppatone.
John Wick sequel.
Eau de Peppatone is available where the paper trail ends.
Pick up yours today. Eau de Pepitone may cause slurred speech, no speech, loss of thought, loss of mind.
Hey, Kev, talk a little bit about your set at the Comedy Store yesterday.
Well, I'm so glad you asked that. The Comedy Store set that I did yesterday, I did the Mad Hatter joke, which was fun, and that went great. I did a bunch, I did a couple of new things, and it went quite well. Playing with the idea that everybody wants to fuck me has been an endless wellspring of material. So just walking on stage with the idea that everybody is trying to make me cheat on my wife and ruin my family
has been good for you.
Yes. So I've been going up with that energy and playing in that arena, and it's been fun.
That's a fun arena to play in.
Oh yeah.
You remember the Christians and the Lions, my friend? You remember that arena, JT? Let me
I
just
do.
talk. JT's an expert in Rome.
They actually just found
Colosseum
this,
history.
I was reading. This was in the news. They found a skeleton with its rib cage eaten out by a lion. They determined it was someone eaten by a lion.
Really?
In olden times. I don't remember the exact date, but it was like from the Colosseum stuff.
That
So
makes sense.
They had lion bite marks on his rib cage.
God.
I love that stuff.
Yeah, they should bring back more of that. That's when comedy was real.
So, do you like
The 80s?
You like history and
To a degree,
history?
I like some of that stuff, but I don't fixate on it too much. You know, like I'm not really I'm bad at historical trivia, but I like that if it's on TV or something.
Doing Time, a novel by
yes.
JT, not a novel, a compilation of incredible comedians talking about the art of stand-up.
Yeah, focusing on the comedy from the '90s on,
Including
also.
Maria Bamford and
Maria
Patton
Bamford.
Oswalt and Dana Gould, Brian Posehn, Jackie Cation, me, Eddie Peppatone.
Eddie Peppatone,
Wow.
Todd Glass, Tom Rhodes.
Todd Glass, Tom Rhodes,
What other buddies of ours are in there? Chad Opitz, Avery Moore.
Chad Opitz, Avery Moore, yes.
Lots of pals. James Adomian, the brilliant James Adomian is in there. Kyle Kinane, Matt Bronner.
Matt Bronger. Love Matt.
Many other people I'm forgetting. There's a lot of people in there. Joe DeRosa, our buddy Joe DeRosa.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
DeRosa's me and DeRosa are so similar, I realize.
You're very similar. Joe and I get along very well for that reason too. We're very similar.
You know DeRosa?
Similar curmudgeons.
I don't know him personally.
He'd be a good guest.
we
It's
should
the
have him
East
on.
Coast and Joe is why I bonded with him immediately.
yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Joe is like as Philly as it gets.
Is he from Philly?
Originally that area, yeah.
Oh,
but he's
okay.
also a New York guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he's ever in L.A., we should have him on. Or if we're in New York.
Yeah. Most deaf. Oh, I love this dog. I hope this dog makes it into the doggy cam.
That looks
Hello.
kind of. That looks
Hello,
like
buddy.
you, the dog, kind of. That looks a little
Hello, sweetie.
distinguished. Hello. I don't even know you, sir. Just keep on going.
Oh, she's got an attitude. Yeah.
Hey, Pop.
Yeah, baby.
Well,
Hey, welcome to Ode to Peppatone. And we're going to dish on perfume. My guests today are Enrique Frederique. To my right and to my left is Lieutenant Columbo.
Hello.
Hey, Lieutenant Columbo. So you're hitting the streets, huh? You
Yeah.
like perfume, Lieutenant?
Yeah.
And how
Yeah.
about you, Enrique Freaky?
Oh, you know I love perfume.
We're talking Ode to Peppatone.
I was wondering how long it would take before the French accent divulged into Scottish. You always seem to go to Scottish when we're in the car.
It went to Russian
It went to
tonight.
Russian. I did not see that coming. I was just legitimate because it eventually all becomes the need of word of word. That's how it just eventually goes there, no matter what. But I did not see Russian. That was
It just
an
feels,
unexpected delight.
It just feels good to be. By the way, we haven't talked about this yet, but it's such a beautiful day here in Southern
It
California.
is really nice.
It's
Beautiful
like
day.
that type of day, and we've been getting a lot of these where it's cool and the sun is out, and I have learned from being out here in the San Fernando Valley, even though we're just in from Hollywood, it can get hot in the summer. So these days are beautiful.
It feels awesome.
yeah.
And also, yesterday you took me out here. Is that right over there where the tree dropped?
Yeah, I
That's-
showed JT where the infamous tree
The tree
drop
fell on you guys.
happened.
Yeah, we got
That made the news. That
Yeah.
was like on local news, right?
Yep.
Yeah, 3 different stations. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But we got, I think, we got 4 or 5 extra subscribers on the pod. It was a pretty
Friends of the tree.
pretty lucrative deal. We even signed. I even signed a contract for people to use the footage and stuff. And
Oh, nice.
nobody's used
Not
it,
yet.
but
Well,
it's out there.
let it grow. Yeah.
It is great. It's definitely a talking point to people I haven't seen in a long time. We'll be talking for a while, and they'll go, "Hey, that tree almost
Yeah.
fell on you guys."
And the headstone you guys got was beautiful, like the obelisk black it really shines. It's got the inscription,
The headstone.
R.I.P. Almost Us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh, that
It
would
was
have been
very,
good.
yeah.
Yes.
This
It was
patch
very,
of dirt
very, very classic.
in memory of.
But I feel like we now are part of this park.
No,
we have
sure.
done this podcast here for how long now, Kev?
About 2 years, 2.5 years.
So
yeah.
we've been coming
Plus,
out here.
And the
For
park tried to
2
kill you,
Yeah.
and you're still here.
I mean, we were coming out here when we first started too, but we were also doing it at All Things Comedy, and then
Yeah, I want to ask you guys about that because was doing it outside a COVID thing, or did you just want to do it? Because you don't see many podcasts outdoors. It's nice.
yeah, it's been mostly the convenience, I think,
Right.
of having Eddie's apartment
Yeah, nearby.
close. Yeah, but I mean, Eddie, you talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, and also the fact that Southern California is one of the few places with the weather you could have an outdoor podcast
Yes.
year round,
Yeah. No, it's great. You don't see enough of those. I think the dogs and the
Right.
and the loud motorcycles driving
Right.
by.
Yeah.
that was good timing of that.
No, there's only one guy who's
That
really
should not be on here, a fucking motorized
yeah, that's not supposed to be
stupid
here.
fuck.
Yeah.
Hate those guys.
Yep.
Yeah, we've got one vocal person that's probably made 3 or 4 comments in the last 3.5 years. Every time he's like, "You gotta put Peppatone indoors."
Oh, really?
You gotta-
Commenter?
Yeah, you don't understand.
Got to put him indoors.
You're ruining it being outside.
Well, after the tree almost fell in you, I could see him being a little concerned. But
No, he was saying that I'm more free indoors.
what? I don't agree with that at all.
I don't agree with
The only thing that I liked about indoors was having an audience there, like having a couple of guys in a booth to sit there and giggle.
Oh, to riff off on you a
Yeah.
little bit. Okay.
And that was nice. But
Yeah.
other than that, I mean, this is just so great. I mean,
No, this is perfect. Like this is just really, yeah.
it's a celebration of
I,
technology.
I was trying to think of another podcast that does it outside like this. I can't think of one. It's pretty great.
The fact that we can do it is just amazing to me.
We worried about the sound, but the sound is good.
Yep.
Yeah, everything I've seen seems great. That's what I was-
Sound
yeah.
works good. Yeah.
Yep.
I use these stage mics with the big pop filter, and
Yeah, the wind was
Cash
my only
money.
question. I was like, because
Yeah.
it's breezy.
it does fine. Yeah, and I even wash these bad boys in like a lavender soap.
Oh, thank you for
So,
that.
I mean, it's been a while.
So you
Don't-
got the rider.
Don't sniff them. Yeah.
You got the right.
No, it's
Also, cream cheese wontons. Me and JT.
Oh, my
had
God.
Cream cheese wontons.
Ooh.
I realized you were like, "Do you want to go eat?" And I realized I hadn't eaten anything all day, so we went to this Chinese restaurant and
We
ate
had a
so
feast.
much food. It was so good though.
Oh, that's amazing.
Still eating it.
Well, I just want to remind everybody before we kind of
Yeah, thank you guys for letting me invade your
hit the bricks, right?
your spot here.
I don't know. I don't
Doing
feel
time, comedians talk stand up.
Forward by the brilliant Eddie
How we doing?
Peppatone.
We still got a little. We still got about 5 minutes.
So, what else is going on, Kev?
Well,
You
I
have
wanna
a
know more
lot
about
of you
JT.
just.
What do you wanna know?
Oh, okay, yeah.
JT
What would you like to know?
is really
Yeah.
Here, you know.
I'm an
What about JT?
open book.
Where did you start? How long you been doing stand up? Was it a unique entrance?
Well, so the first time I ever tried it, I was 16 at Stand Up New York
Okay.
in New York City because I grew up in upstate New York, but I would take the Metro North train down to CBGB's and stuff like every other weekend.
Hell yeah.
And so
Right.
I was a punk rock kid growing up, running around the Lower East Side, and I happened to be standing outside Stand Up New York one night, talking to the door guy, this guy Steve, and he said, I said, I always loved stand up. I was 16. And he said, well, do you have 5 friends? I said, yeah. He said, how'd you like to try stand up in 2 weeks? Bring your friends. I said, yes. So I did that once or twice. Ate shit. I mean, it went fine, but it was the typical thing. I was getting ready to go up, and because it was a bringer show, I didn't know what
Yeah.
it was.
Right.
But I was getting ready to go up and do my 7 minutes,
Right.
and a guestie swooped in, some pro, I don't remember who it was, and they annihilated the room, and I had to go up after that, and I was like, this was the most unfun thing in the world.
Yeah.
And so I never did it again really until like college. I was a big Kids in the Hall fan.
Yep.
And a bunch of them are in the book. Kevin McDonald
Oh,
and
hell yeah.
Bruce and
They're fantastic.
Scott Thompson. They're all in the book. And so I started doing sketch and a little bit of improv in college. I had a group called Five Drunken Immortals. And we would just get hammered to do Whose Line Is It Anyway sketches.
That's fun.
And we wore karate outfits. We had karate gis, which now would probably be considered like cultural, appropriation or something.
Yeah.
But But after that, man, from the time I was 21 on, I worked in radio and stuff. So I didn't do stand up till I moved to Austin.
Okay.
And I've been doing it about 17 years now. I started about 2000. I started late. I was like in my 30s before I started doing stand up.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I was 30 when I started.
So, which is pluses and minuses. I was glad that like I had done other stuff before comedy to not just be just a comic.
Yes.
But also, it's weird to start then and you're 5 years in and you see people who are 22 and they have the same amount of time in as you because they started at 18 or whatever.
Yeah. I have a lot of my friends are like that. These young guys that have just been doing it the same amount of time as I have because I started so late. And but it's an interesting relationship to build also. With
very
people,
much.
so.
And I started around the time people like Stanhope were doing rock clubs and comedians of comedy were doing alternative venues. And so I didn't have a chip on my shoulder, but I was very much not a club guy. Because I didn't want to go through the route. I'm like, I don't want to work here for 2 years just to get a hosting gig. Like, fuck that. I'm going to book my own show.
Yeah.
And so I booked my own shows, and I kind of became known in Austin as the guy doing weird stuff.
Yeah.
And so when the left of center people, the Janine Garofalos, the Brian Posanes, the Stanhopes, Andy Dick one time, which was insane, they all said, who's doing interesting non-club stuff? And they all said JT. And so I just worked my way up from that.
That's great.
Connected with this guy on the street. We hit it off
During Moon Tower.
Wow.
during Moon Tower Comedy Fest. We hit it off.
Before it was bought by the Just for Laughs assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you heard me. Anyway, I just want to say this is a great business, and if you can get into it, get into it.
Yes.
Why sell carpet?
Yes.
Why try to develop a new app that's going to destroy the ecosystem? Get into stand-up.
Yes, and Los Angeles desperately needs comedians.
Please,
They've
folks.
been posting about it on message boards.
Please, folks, if you're watching this, get into stand-up. Imagine a guy. Like,
That's where the money
isn't
is.
that a nightmare to think of? Like everybody flooding.
Well, I mean,
It's already too crowded.
Welcome to Austin.
I guarantee
that's crazy.
if we had a business-minded person that was involved with you in any way that was like really like, he would be like, oh, use your expertise to start selling, tutorials. And
You would
and
fight it
master
every
classes.
inch of the way.
Yeah.
It's so.
Hey, kids, it's me,
Incongruous to you.
Peppatone. Just here to encourage you. Get out there and do a set. Get out there, and he'd be like, good stuff. And for the secrets of Eddie Peppatone's success, send away right now for my DVD, $24.95. Like
My
mean,
DVD.
Yeah.
I had one of those once. Turns out, not that many DVD players around.
No.
Hard sell these days.
Well, you're based out of Austin then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've always been, for better for worse, based out of Austin. But it's funny because when Eddie and I first started working together, we were like in the car, and I remember this distinctly. He thought I was just a Texas guy. I thought he was just an LA guy because I didn't see the Bitter Buddha till after we started working together. Like I knew of Eddie, but I didn't know the whole backstory. And we're in the car one day, I'll never forget this, and we're like, why are we getting along so good? And then we both realized we're from New York. Like we our intro, like being New York is a very specific thing, and we
Brought
both
up on the same water.
It's just it's a pacing thing and an attitude thing.
It's an
and
attitude, energy thing.
an energy thing, and so we just really melded.
For me, it's also an underwear thing.
a New York underwear.
New York underwear, which is underwear that's fermented in the sewer,
And
the New York City sewer.
New York underwear, you now have to pay an entry fee to
Yeah.
go into the underwear, but you can drive out for free. That is that is the difference. So that's kind of my origin story, for better for worse.
Yep.
And just started the Altercation Comedy Festival 10 years ago now, which is crazy to me. And like anything else, that started as I hope this works and I don't lose my shirt, and then just kind of built itself up.
Yeah. Doing time, JT Habersaat.
Thank
folks.
you, guys.
And,
Thank you, JT, for coming on.
Yeah, you're the best.
When will it be
For
available?
coming to the park.
July 8th, it'll be out worldwide and shipping from everywhere on stands and everything. But the pre-order, again, doingtimecomedy.com. You can get signed copies on there or pre-ordered on Amazon and stuff.
To the park. Come into the park.
Also, with any luck, I'll have copies to sell at the merch stand when we're on our live shows.
Hell
So,
yeah. Hell yeah.
Great. Thank you, JT. And
Thank you, guys.
I'll be seeing you soon out there on the road. And Kevin, why don't you punch us out?
Oh,
here?
yeah. Go over to YouTube and subscribe. Search our names. You can find this podcast very easily. Go over to patreon.com if you want to get this podcast the day that it comes out on video, not just audio. And we'll throw some extra Eddie Peppatone stand-up up there. If you want to find out when Eddie's coming to your town, go to eddiepepatone.com, and all his live show dates are there. And sign us out.
Yeah, thanks, everybody. Thanks to JT coming in, and thanks to my buddy Kevin. Thank you for watching, listening. Apocalypse Soon, the podcast with no upside.